hear that? Thunder is rolling. The day is wet and dreary. It is quite beautiful. So one of my favorite things to do in the morning is I wake up, make my coffee. I may sit and read for a little bit and then poke my head out the window or walk outside actually. I usually walk outside the front door and just look up at the sky, say hello to the world and see what's happening. So today obviously is very rumbly and thundery and wet, at least this morning. But the other day when I woke up and came out, it was just beautiful. The birds were all singing. There is so much new growth happening. It's so pretty to see spring just kind of bursting forth. And there were squirrels scrambling up in the trees and it was just so much fun. So I actually was really excited that I got some footage of the squirrels, because I know to a lot of you that is no big deal, but I still just fangirl over squirrels because they are so cute. Over the last couple of days, we have had a few really strong thunderstorms rolling through. So I have been racing in between storms to get the garden beds in the backyard, the foundations of them laid down. So what I mean is the cardboard, because I'm doing no dig garden beds along the fence line in the back. So I have been racing to beat this. So we have a few days of just the tasks I've been doing over the last few days, building these beds, chasing the time to get it done before the storms hit. I'm just getting this little garden bed ready. It was a very old, tired, worn out, trampled upon little bed. I'm just filling it with cardboard right now. I'm going to lay some soiled manure and hay on top. So now I've laid the cardboard down. My next layer is some of this golden hay and manure that we collected from our neighbour, and I'm just going to haul it in this little, pop this old water trough that we got onto this wagon. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, but there is a big old thunderstorm rolling in out there. So I'm trying to, there's thunder rolling away in the background. So I'm just trying to get this get it on the garden before the rain. Looks very cool. Okay, we're all loaded. Gonna unload it on top of the cardboard. That big storm there is supposed to have severe hail in it, so I'm just covering my little wormies with some tin to keep them safe. Morning, morning. It is a beautiful, cool morning that feels like it's going to warm up. I have this pretty little purple flower behind me. I'm wondering if anyone knows what it is. It has been sitting here green, evergreen all winter, and now it is blooming, kind of like, it's got a sweet smell, kind of like a wisteria, but it's not. So I don't know if it's some kind of hybrid. Morning. Morning, Chucky Lookles. Someone over here is trying to catch crawfish. Really? Really? Look at all the little fresh buds on the trees. So I have just been forking down here and aerating this. It's really clay, heavy clay kind of soil, and very waterlogged right now. We had a big storm last night. So I'm really glad I got this bed prepped before the storm, because all of that rain soaked beautifully into that manure and hay and cardboard. And we are supposed to get more storms. It feels real muggy. It feels like we're going to get storms. So I want to get this prepped before the next storm hits, so that we can take advantage of all that heavy rain. Nothing like working up a sweat before breakfast. But I'll load it up. I'm huffing and puffing, and I'll go unload it. This oak tree, it's hard to see, but it's all in. It's beautiful flowers, little tiny looking things. Look at that. So cool. And these willows, we need to cut down some of these and trim them, but the willows are shooting. Willows are shooting. There's just new growth everywhere. I did just want to tell you, I had the funniest little flashback this morning as I was standing out here scooping the straw, and I'm listening to the birds. There's so many birds around. It's just beautiful. And I love learning all the new birds. And I'm trying to figure out all the sounds and identify which one's which. I've seen beautiful blue jays this morning, and the cardinals are always here, and been seeing more mockingbirds lately. I don't know if they go somewhere and come back, or if they've been here and I just haven't seen them. Lots of little wrens, beautiful birds. And anyway, this morning I'm shoveling the straw, and I hear this bird, and I have a total flashback to when I'm a little girl, and I had this little toy. Now, I don't know if my parents gave it to me or someone gifted it to me. It was ceramic, and it was only about this big, and you would blow into it and it would make bird noises. And it was really pretty. I loved it. It had beautiful hand-painted designs on the side. I have a feeling maybe I'm wondering if I put water in it and then you blow into it. Anyway, it was this little ceramic toy. And I remember thinking, oh, that sounds so pretty, but I don't know a bird that sounds like that. Like, no bird really sounds like that. Like, I'm just this little country kid in rural New South Wales growing up on a farm. I didn't have very much exposure to the big wide world. And I remember thinking, like, I think I even asked my mum, like, what bird is this? And because it didn't sound like any birds we know. Anyway, I'm shoveling away this morning, and I hear this sound, this bird, really pretty little bird, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that's the sound on my little toy. And all of a sudden I'm 8 again, blowing into this little thing, listening to this pretty sound. And it turns out that's a red cardinal sound, because I looked up and I'm like, where is it? And it took me a while to find which bird was making the noise. and it was a red cardinal. It was up in this beautiful big old oak tree, singing away to its little heart's content, just belting out this tune. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that is the noise of my little toy. So anyway, no wonder I didn't recognize it. It was an American bird and I guess an American toy. So that was a really cool little memory and a realization. Okay, we got this little bed done here, right close. So that's that one. This will all have to be cleaned up. And this one. And then down here we got this one finished. Yeah. Which I'm really happy to have that done before these storms come in tomorrow. And we've got one more I want to do, which we'll try and get done this afternoon. We'll see how we go, but that's I'm happy with that. So I'm going to head inside. The kids have been doing their chores. Time for brekkie, clean up, had my little workout, and get ready to start school for the day. Hey, it's the afternoon, school's done, and I'm just trying to finish these beds. I don't know if you can see along that line. Just get another load here. There's more big storms coming, so really trying to beat this rain. So this little raised bed that we've got here, slowly building it up. Logs and wood chips and clippings, cardboard, slowly building it up, and I think we're going to put some mushroom compost in the top. And this wood on the frame on the inside, it will eventually rot, but that's okay. It'll rot down and we'll put a frame on the outside. Well, it is actually time I have got to run, and I am what they call here in Texas a hot mess. That's how I feel right now, a hot mess. I look and feel disgusting, but we got it done. This garden bed, now obviously this is not the full garden bed finished. This is just the first stage, but I'm so happy to have this done. All along this fence is done. And all along this fence is done on both sides of the fence. So we did on the other side all the way along and on this side. And I didn't have it on film, but my boys did help me with a good bunch of it. Probably about half of it, I reckon, or maybe a bit less, but you know, they gave me a hand when they were here. So I'm just really thrilled to have it all done before the storm. And then we'll do stage 2 of the garden after the storm. There is a break in the rain. I love that fresh, clean, we've just been washed in rain smell and feel. So birds up there in the skies, the clouds. We may be blowing in another storm, I think. But look at the buds on this beautiful maple tree. I have been watching these come out from my kitchen window. It's a beautiful little maple tree, and it's all budding. So pretty. thick pollen everywhere here. I don't think I ever remember that being a thing in Australia, but there's like yellow over everything, and I actually thought it was mold. I'm like, oh man, where's all this mold coming from? And then I realized, someone told me actually, there's like dozens of birds up there. It is, and this beautiful oak is flowering. Look at that fresh green on that tree. All those fresh green baby leaves. And this storm, she be rolling in. So thank you for hanging out with me today on our little farm as we dodge storms and prepare spring garden beds and really just watch with wonder as spring unfolds before our eyes. All this beauty around us. We really do feel very blessed and really happy to have you along for the ride. So thanks for being here.